This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, Japan takes air disaster way different than American air disaster, that's for sure.
I've gotta say, bold for this... Okay, so, this goes into, like, us talking about, like, the production cycle of various tokusatsu and stuff. So, it's, we're in mid-May now, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the Alaska Air Boeing disaster was not this most recent year, like February or January. That was last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we've had a lot more since then.
Hey, look, we just need better computers, you know?
I'm just saying.
Right, gotta update all those copper wires we got.
Bold to have a whole episode that is, I mean, look, there's a lot of different ways in which people are en masse turned into presses, but yet we gotta air disasters it's a bad time to just play with air disasters.
Hey, look, but here's the thing, right? Right, look, not everything, like, remember, this is Japan, they're not worried about our stupid American politics and they got their own Japanese
they don't have
problems
Delta Airlines, they don't have fucking, Alaska Airlines.
Look, they're too busy trying to fix their population, alright? You know, they're trying to, Will Shinzo Abe's last thought, you know, last statement into existence, you know, right? We gotta fix Japan's population problem. Should we do something with our toxic work culture? No, that isn't it, you know? It has to be something else that's wrong with Japan's population. We gotta get to the bottom of it.
Uh-oh.
Let's just release government Tinder, you know, right? Well, like, if we cannot get... Right, we'll force people to have children, you know, with our government dating
government-sponsored fuck sites, okay? It's all good.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll fix Japan's problem, right? All right, hey, it is Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 35. Zero Sweetness, Ironclad Lango. Hey,
yeah.
Hey, they finally got the actor for Lango to be on set for more than 10 minutes.
To be on set something for more than 10 minutes, and also to do literally anything other than like just sit in a chair and like tell Jeeb / Sheeta / literally all the other characters
to interact with Shoma, right?
This work.
Right, so we are 35 episodes in, you know, right? Yeah. And it's definitely obvious that Lango is supposed to be our big bad, supposedly our big bad of the season, right? In fact, it just took us to finally reveal that he has, we knew he has a monster form, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
all Grand Utes have a monster form, and the Stomach family, like, we're supposed to imply that, like, every one of the Stomachs is, like, very powerful in their, like, Grand Ute form. That right,
but I think it's finally taking us this long to reveal that Lango's, like, monster form, or, like, technically, we still have not seen, Glada and Nerve.
No, we've seen Glada. We haven't seen Neo.
I mean, but have we seen her full body monster form?
Yeah, because that was when Lakia, worked with Shoma to, like, betray them and, like,
okay, so that was her full model, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like...
Okay, but yeah.
Not all of them
right, I think it's like, for, like, the villain of the show, he has been so inactive when, like, the actual protagonist
Absolutely.
Is. Right, because that's it. Look, he doesn't have a time to deal with one rogue person, you know? That's why he has...
It is funny that, like, technically, Lango has gotten everything that he wanted, because he did... Like, now, Jeeb is set up with a family of influence, and the Stomach Company is, like, does have an inlay.
Moving his way up the system, you know? Right?
Yeah, like, things have worked out. I just think that now for Longo, he's dealing with, like, I didn't expect myself to be, like, at the bottom of this tier right now. Like, I wasn't trying
I don't know. Do you think it's all part of his plan, you know? Right? Right, like he purposely went to just so he could climb back up, you know?
I think
right.
I think he definitely wants to tell everybody that this is all part of his master plan. I also definitely think that this is, like, he is, like, pivoting so hard, like, oh, yeah, yep, yep, this is, yep.
Yeah, hey, look, oh, man. Hey, look, he's letting his younger brother, who has barely any actual business experience, you know, right? And letting the president's daughter, who I assume has never worked a day in her life,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
right? Because she's too busy on the TikTok
brother
and the Instagram.
Who has married the president's daughter, my younger brother has his own, like, weird twincest complex going on with our dead sister going on, like, and that stuff, like, we're not even getting into the gender identity
But
thing.
I still don't think if he knows if Sheeta's dead or not, right? I don't think they've ever had that conversation or they have brought it up at any point. Like,
they absolutely have, and he just went, damn shit, that's crazy, dog. Anyway, so what's the gross net?
What's the return this week?
Profit,
you know,
like?
Right? But yeah, look. He has to get a million. He has to get a million.
No,
presses,
he has to get,
you know, right?
10 million. 10 million.
Yeah. He has to get 10 million presses, you know. Hey, look. Hey, look, I'm gonna quickly look up Japan's population.
Forget Japan's population. The world's population. If 10 million people, 10 million. Okay, hold on. Okay, you look up Japan's population for
24.5 million. All right, so that's
okay.
And look, that's only that. That's like less than 10%. You know, of the population.
From what I found on worldometer.info/coronavirus, which take that for whatever it is. We have had, as of April 13th of 2024, 7 million deaths. Mm-hmm. And that's over, if you just look at it from, like, April 2024, that's over a 4-year period. Could you imagine if 10 million people disappeared just from the point of, like, where we're gonna be at the end of, like, a Kamen Rider season, which would be, like, August, September. If in 5 months we just wiped out 10 million people like it was COVID, that's fucking insane. That's an insane, like, that isn't unsustainable, like, from a farming perspective. That's too many people to cull for you to keep a sustainable amount later on.
Mm-hmm. Right, but no, Longo has a plan, you know, right? Right, look, I figured something out, yeah, you know, right? Right, look, that ship had like 2,000 people, and that's like, hey, look, I'm like 2%, less than 1% up the way there, you know, right? If I just keep kidnapping people on boats or in stadium, you know,
and I just use my drug Gatling gun or whatever.
Yeah, right. That apparently we have a lot of amount of, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of a lot of things, boy,
hey,
know...
Look, it's a lot easier to make... Hey, as the Catholic Church would say, it's a lot easier to breed when you're not thinking about breeding actively.
We just have Fed Shoma up, you know? Right? It's... Right, so they said that they have like 200 Gochizos now, which I think is...
So we have...
Boy, man... Look, I think I said it before. I as a person who likes sweets, right? That's a lot, you know, right? Ignoring, like, even we consider the fact that, let's say he's doing that weird thing where if he eats one thing, he gets like a return bonus, right? Like, say he gets like 3 or 4 Gochizos in return, right? That's still like 50 pieces, 50 bags or whatever of whatever thing he's eating, you know, right? Yeah. Right, I was like, yeah, but hey, look, Sancho's like, oh no, but keep eating. Also, by the way, apparently the Gochi pod, just the Chow Garden, and it's a Pokeball situation, you know, right? Yeah. Like, there's just like a It's his own micro universe in there.
They all get to live in there so long as until Shoma decides to use them, and they all get burnt out.
Also, the Gochizos in there, I guess this is their the purest form, right? The raw essence of Gochizos, right? Are like these weird little blob things, which I think are horrifying. These weird little jelly, gummy candy things. Absolutely horrifying, by the way.
They're just, Gochizo treats.
Right, I am so fearful of these, of like the pure energy form of these Gochizos, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm better. And then, like, go back to your stupid little shell. To your stupid little shell things that we put you in for you to survive. Which again, puts on perspective. That means the Gochizo, his Gavv, is creating like these weird hard shells for them every single time. I was like, oh. Right? I was like, oh man, I didn't realize. I thought the Gochizos were just like weird little robot mechanical things, but no, they're actually just like robots. They're actually like flesh in like a little mechanical shell.
They're like the helmet masks that are produced by like the rest of the Stomach family, like for their agents. Like
right, I was like,
being a shell, it's like just like the weird cyberpunk masks.
It just puts up into a lot more questions about Gochizos and agents and how this weird Reddit society work. Yeah. You know, right? Yeah. Also, hey, remember Ritsu? You know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, she's back.
Second episode,
third episode or something. You know, right? Probably. Right? Yeah. I remember the potato chip form. Yeah. That thing's not back. You know, right?
Yeah.
But Ritsu's back. She wants to.
She's here.
Yeah.
This is not anime song band Man with a Mission. These are. Instead of wolf heads, these are a bunch of horse-headed dudes, so it's a different thing.
Right? Yeah. This thing is horrifying. This is not Uma by the way. You know, right? Look, this is not a pun on. Look, this is not one of those Japanese wordplay. You know, right? Of horse. You know, no, this is ultimate music. Achievers.
Yeah,
so
that's it's even Uma. Worse. So it's a horse thing. It's a horse thing.
Yeah. This thing is worse. I hate the fact that that's what they came up with. You know, right? To do this stupid pun jokes. Like, wow, if you're a band called Ultimate, you're just already lame. You know, right? It just sounds really sad and depressing. Like you just jumble a bunch of like buzzwords together, right? To make it. Right, to be a band, right?
It is that thing of, like, Japanese, like, well, yeah, we took, a random, not even random assortment of English. We just, took what we understood as, like, strong English language and, like, English words, and we went, oh, yeah, that's cool. And then it's like, yeah, for the Japanese audience, totally fine. For the American audience, it's like, ew, this is cringe. Oh, for the English-speaking audience, ew, okay.
Right. Also, bad boy. I checked P Bandai at this to see if there was like anything related to it. There is not. I was like, oh man, they spent a lot of effort with this bit. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like they even made like fake. Right, they made like fake T-shirts for this band, you know,
and,
right?
Like
lyrics, fake CDs.
Like the lyrics seem like relatively thought out for like a random throwaway band.
Right, but yeah, no, none of this is P. I always would have thought that P Bandai out of April, like, oh man, that would have been real funny if we actually released this as real products. You know, like, when people actually wear a shirt with 4 guys that have horse head on, you know, right? Right, it'd be real funny if we make that, you know, right? But yeah, so hey, look, they have to go shopping. They have to make weird fan items, which so once again,
it's. Kind of.
So again, a Happy Party is a like a catch-all be-all service. Like, hey, look, whatever you need, we'll do it as long as we get paid.
Right.
You know.
But also,
right. So
you'll go to JOANN's Fabrics with me because nobody else supports my fucking lifestyle choices of like, I'm going to spend an absolutely unsustainable amount of money on like my fandom for like this band with horse heads that haven't really seen, like, that really probably, let's be real, has 2 to 4 years of, like, uh, like, like relevancy, and then it will fucking disappear into the nothingness.
Right? Right, so she's talking about how she's making these products from love and fan energy. Two of these people did not know what this band was until like 3 hours ago, where you force them to listen to their music, like, all right, you guys get the gist of it. Let's go help me make some products, right? Which I guess this is like that thing that people do with bands where they like trade like fan products. The only reason I know about this was there was like a whole era story with Taylor Swift.
Oh god,
where like Swifties kept making like these weird bracelets.
The bracelet shit. I was gonna say the armband.
Yeah, and they would trade it with other Swifties, right? Because each one was like, check out my cool Swiftie bracelet. Let's trade. Now we're Swiftie family friends.
Forever.
And I'm not knocking people down who do this, right? That's just my relevancy of this launch. I assume this is what she's doing, right?
Yeah.
She's making man, I'm gonna trade with other Uma fans, right? I was like, man, there's a lot. I feel like you could just make bracelets, right? There's a lot of work, right? You're making acrylic stands, first of all. That's insane, by the way.
Oh man, if there was some other thing that we watched that was about people doing stuff with acrylic stands. Hey, watch our review of fucking Ryusen Rico. There we are. That's the thing. That's happening.
Oh, hey, by the way, I found out. Hey, that is a bit. You can watch that in English on Tubi right now. By the way,
on Tubi, everybody's favorite service, Tubi. We watched the entire Super Bowl on Tubi. Tubi's weird.
Right, so she's forced them to make their super right, to be like, oh yeah, hey, look, I need to look cool. I have to present myself as a real fan to these other fans,
Yeah,
right. So I don't look like
this horse band.
Right? Yeah, I gotta make myself that. I gotta make as much of these like Etsy DIY craft products. Yeah, right to prove how much of a fan I am. Yeah, right. And so Shoba causes Ritsu to cut the head off of a horse guy, and
I stumbled back and I caused you to use your scissors to slice your weird ass horse thing. Anyway, while all of that is happening, hey, people are getting fucking disappeared in the tens of thousands around Japan.
Mm-hmm. Right. Also, the stadium one, insane. By the way, like I understand you do something like a cruise ship, right?
Yeah,
which probably has like
isolated.
Right, but
even when it was as Lakia says later in this episode, is like, hey, this was a strategy that that Lango came up with, which goes back to us saying, like, hey, Lango has been the most efficiently planned of, like, the Stomach family, like, where he's just like, hey, I'm just trying to make numbers, like, add up. And it's like, yeah, like, have Lakia go out and, like, dope up a bunch of people with his jellyfish tentacles, so that they're high as shit, and then, like, turn them into presses. And then it's like, but it's in a closed space, like in a room, whether it's a court hearing or like a classroom. And then Lango just went, okay, but what if it was an entire cruise ship or a plane? The baseball stadium is like, okay, so you just fucking, like, pulled a full Dark Knight Rises, like, Bane shit, where you just drugged the whole stadium and went, this is mine. Batman! It is me! I am Lango, and I am here to say I'm going to
right?
up these
At least with a plane
in a major way.
At least with a plane and a boat, you could probably get away. But in a stadium, there's no way that is not being advertised, televised at that.
It's
right.
So crazy that, like, yeah, this would be fucking national.
Right, like
tragedy.
the boat, you could. Right, it might cost some problem if there's like a few streamers on that, but those are irrelevant. Those like whatever. right? But an entire stadium, there's like no one there. Like there has to be like camera crews, right? You just right every stadium, right? It's always advertising something. There you can just right. There's no reason why people go to stadiums to begin with, so they can advertise in a stadium.
Again,
That's
what I'm saying. It's like 7 million people with some change have died from COVID to imply that, and that's over the 4 to 5 years that we've dealt with like COVID as it is, COVID-19 as it is. The idea to just be like, anyway, so over the last 2 nights, I took away 10 to 40,000 people. They just disappeared. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right? Yeah. It's like what is this? Also, it's crazy how Japan immediately not going to like a national emergency, right? Like I feel like the boat and the plane, little fucking weird, you know, right? Don't want to create mass panic, you know, right? A stadium, absolutely. Like it's like 30,000. I think they said 33,000 people, right? Give or take.
Yeah.
Right? That's weird. Like, that's no way the country would not go to immediate national.
We don't know what the fuck happened, but we are absolutely not letting anybody else do anything else.
Yeah, hey, but unless you're gonna procreate and make a baby, then you're allowed to do something, you know. But anyone else, no. Only people who are making babies can go out, you know, right, to make a baby.
Yeah.
Right, because we need that, you know. We're something. Hey, we're already in a population decline, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But
now we're in
we just lost a bunch of population. We can't have that.
Right. Yeah. You know. Right. But yeah. So hey, Lakia, figure it out, you know, right?
He goes, yeah. So, you know how like I was like a really bad guy? I think he's doing.
Hey, remember when I had a jellyfish form? That was crazy, you know, right?
Yeah. Crazy that in the events of this entire episode, Lakia does not get so shit wrecked that he turns back into his jellyfish form.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he figures that Lango must be doing it in what he did with a higher capacity, you know. And it just turns out that Lango just stole his venom when they did all those. They took one of my ink sac or whatever, my poison gland, you know.
He broke down the chemical composition of my heroin needles and said, I can reproduce this shit."
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Lakia, he's not feeling well. He's like, I haven't told Sachika that I'm part Granute, you know, right? What if she sees me as some weird freaky monster once I reveal to her, you know?
She knows that he's Granute. She just doesn't know that how many people he sent to the gulag is the problem.
Mm-hmm. Right, I feel like she would, right, even then, I feel like she probably look at because she knows she's like
the best character.
Justice.
Right? Sasha's
right,
the
like,
most
Right, I feel like Lakia's reasoning would have been way more if you had like an actual personal connection to know like, oh yeah, hey, remember, right? Hypothetical. Oh yeah, hey, I was the one that
killed her brother or something, or like her grandma,
right?
Or
but
whatever.
him be like, yeah, boy, man, but it'd be bad if she found out I killed people, you know. Right, I have not told her that. I have not told her that I have inadvertently probably killed
I would
like
just say, conversely, I do think that it's interesting to look at Lakia, again, as a character, like, just in a character in a general sense. Lakia as a character is someone who went from, I didn't know that these organisms that are humans existed. I didn't care about them. They are just humans. They're whatever. And then he starts to realize that their lives matter. Hashtag human, press live matters. All that shit. And then realizing, like, ooh, how would this one human that I actually do respect, feel if they knew that, like, I partook in, like, the systemic, like, hunting and killing of, like, their people. Like, without any relation directly to them, it's like, hey, I feel bad because I partook in killing just general people of your society. Like, it it is a little bit heavier than like Kamen Rider needs to be, but I do appreciate that like Lakia is like, yeah, I did bad. I'm a jellyfish and I did bad. I'm a bad jellyfish.
Right, yeah. Right, yeah. So everyone splits up to go find Lango. Where can he be? You know, well, where is he? You know, right? I like how Hato goes to the gambling ring. You know, it's like, oh yes, and there's a place I know where it's all.
Is it the gambling ring or is it just like random Chuck E. Cheese Dave and Buster's? I don't know, but it's very funny.
Right.
The real thing
Right,
that's the real thing that's funny is, hey, Uncle Dente? Nah, he ain't dead.
Yeah, they fucking got us. I got real fucking mad.
They tricked us all. They tricked us all. We listened to the wiki and we shouldn't have done that. No, Dente is not dead. Dente just fucking took a nap. He fell asleep standing up and fucking rolled over.
Right. Hey, okay. Look, that's just a common way to sleep. You know. Right. That's how a lot of grand youth sleeps. You know. Right. Hey, look, thanks for putting in the spoon. He fucking ate the spoon. Absolutely unhinged.
He ate the spoon. He ate the cup. He just fucking like he's all. The reason why Uncle Dente should be dead is because he's eating fucking PFAS.
Right, he ate all that plastic, you know, right? Because Lakia didn't give him like a handful of loose pudding. No, it was a pudding in a cup.
I want the microplastics too. That's the part that tastes good.
Right, hey, look, what you humans don't eat microplastic? Man, you guys are missing out. This thing's amazing, you know, right?
How do you think that his granute teeth make granute technology? It's with all the plastic in his teeth that becomes the plastic in his.
That's why the Gochi pod looks like that. Ooh, wait. Yeah. Hey, can you synthesize a antidote for my point? Which, by the way, hey, I like Lakia's train of thought. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. But I feel like also it probably would not work because if at this point, right, if they're using his original poison as a base. They probably would have made it way more potent, right? To be able to mass kidnap, mass drug everyone, you know, right?
This is not a point where we can do can we get an antidote to the Joker venom, sort of thing.
Right, no, they have to get it from the Joker venom, you know, right? They have to get the new chemical composition at this point, you know, right? Lakia is trying his best, but I feel like, boy, hey, I don't think the answer to your original poison, right? Your original little drug epidemic, it's gonna work at this point, you know. If they're doing it in mass now, you know, right? If they have synthesized it, probably made it better, you know, right? And everything. Anyway, but he's trying his best. But other than that, not only he's not just there asking for an answer. He's like, hey, got me any more of those Gochi pods? What do you call them?
We got some kind of way to make me cooler, so that I don't have a heart attack.
You know, right? Hey, you got any pudding pod? I don't know. I'm gonna throw out a cool pudding pod. What do you think about that? I'm gonna. Hey, let's do some
brainstorming.
Some ideas.
Let's brainstorm some terms. Pudding pod, dough pudding pod.
Pudding pop, you know, right?
Something that I can use.
People in America love pudding pop.
That doesn't give me a fucking heart attack to turn invisible.
Right? Yeah, what can we do for me, you know? Yeah. Right? And look, hey, can we put my jellyfish venom in this pudding? You know, right? Right? Can we synthesize my poison? All right. Hey, why are you making an antidote for the poison? Whatever you got left, you know, I'll take it. You know, right? What else can we do? Since I'm already here, you know, right? And it's actually a bit for me to travel back and forth, you know, right? So I feel like it was just easier we just get this out the way, you know? So next time I come back, I don't have to bring it up again, right? What do we got going on, you know? Right? But yeah, hey look, another plane kidnap. Which, by the way, after a plane disappearance, for another plane like that...
Well, yeah, it's like fucking, the plane crash that happened back in February, around here, where it was hey, we gotta ground all planes going out of this airport right now. These two very suspicious... these two very sus-ass, like, flight attendant ladies, it's like, oh yeah, we just have this Gatling gun looking, like, air tank that we're walking through security with, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't think that any of this would happen in a reasonable society if a whole ass plane disappeared.
Right, right, but yeah, it's fine. Look, they got this entire plane, you know. Hey, Gochos are able to read flight logs, which once again, so this is like, hey, Showa has TSA pre-check. It turned out, you know, right? I assume the plane already closed. Like, oh, I gotta make it, you know. Can I make it in time? Right. This entire plane bit is just real funny to me, right? How he just gets on this plane, like, I feel like the plane should have closed its doors by now, you know, right? He was able to run from, I guess, where was he? Like back in like the middle of like nowhere. I mean, not nowhere, like in the middle of the street to all the way to the airport in time for this plane, right?
Yeah.
Go through security. Like, oh, hey, yes, I definitely have a boarding pass for. What flight is this? Flight. JN.
Whatever. It's flight. It's all fucked and everybody's gonna die.
Right. You know. Right. Also, this entire scene, as soon as he got on his plane, is actually really funny when you think. So he gets on the plane, right? Mm-hmm. So he enters through, like, because this plane only has, like, one. I mean, technically it has multiple exits, but the main entrance, right? He enters through the main entrance, sees the two Grand Mute women and the agent, right? Runs down the aisle, right? To fight them, right? Just to turn around, right? To see Longo sitting at the front of the plane near the entrance, right? All within like 5-10 seconds. So that must mean that Longo probably waited for Showa to enter the plane, run down the aisle quickly. Actually, he was hiding like the flight, like the captain's in the flight, right? Ran out, sat down, right, just to do like this big dramatic reveal to him, right? I don't know why. It's just, like, he's like, oh, I gotta look cool at this moment, you know, right? Because he wasn't sitting there when Shoma ran down the aisle initially when he entered the plane, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, this entire bit when he reveals something is just real funny. It's like, oh, this doesn't really make any sense when you think about it, you know, right? Because they do cut. Right, they do a shot when he's running down the aisle. If you look behind him, you don't see Longo sitting in the front seat at any point until they cut back to him.
He's just there, like
he popped out. He quickly popped out this
in the fucking like hey, don't be in the laboratory, the bathroom. Please don't piss in the fucking airplane until we take off. Is basically how I see it.
Yeah. I just think it's funny how this entire bit happens, you know. And then he blows up a plane, you know, like, okay.
Yep. Fuck this plane. Maybe some of the presses that were there were saved, but, like, for the most part, yeah, everything is super fucked in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Longo has a big sword. It turns out. He has a hold up.
Hey, Monster Hunter Greatsword Supremacy. Longo with his greatsword, and then Longo when he fully transforms is the most Monster Hunter ass shit that we've seen in this entire fucking show. Where he's just got a big ass fucking sword and some like armor that looks like he just hunted some like wolf down for like 30 hours. He's like, yeah, it's also real funny. Armor. His helmet, his top design looks like so incompatible with like his actual suit design. I was like, oh man, I feel like this thing looks like nothing. These things do not look like they belong together at any point. He does not look like. This doesn't.
He's not getting the set bonus.
This isn't a monster. Anything. This is like I just wanted to look like the most. I wanted to. Put my
he doesn't know about fashion gears, you know. Ooh, man. Look, he's not fashion gearing, you know. He doesn't know about layer armor. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, he's doing the rookie Monster Hunter mistake, you know, right?
Yeah.
Also, hey, we also learn more backstory about Shoma, and his mom, right? How his dad's like, hey, kids, yeah, here's my mistress.
Yeah,
or
this is my
new wife.
This isn't your new mom. This is my new wife. if you do anything to kill her or hurt her or my new son / your new half-brother, I'll kill you. Which is, boy, what a thing to say.
Also, I also loved how they keep a continuity, right? That when they brought baby Shoba in, the twins aren't there yet, right? Which
Yeah,
I think is real funny.
I'm very curious about the continuity between the twins and Shoma, because it feels like, unless the twins are supposed to be just real short, like, that Shoma
Right, I thought the twins were like a
HGH
year or two
shit.
older than Shoma.
Yeah.
Right? So I was kind of... Right? So I guess by this point, they aren't born. They're either not born yet, or they're still in, like, the other room because they're literal babies in a nursery or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, hey, look, I really do appreciate the shot that they do when they do the pan over Longo's shoulder, right? Showing adult Shoma and then kind of younger Shoma.
There's a bunch of really I guess it's not fair to call it artistic shots because it's still tokusatsu Kamen Rider. But it's like, there's a lot of innovative, like, camera work, cinematography choices that are made for this. Like, it could just be just your run-of-the-mill Kamen Rider shit. And it's like...
Yeah, your basic camera angle,
but it's like,
right?
no, we want to, like, actually convey something, and so we're cutting between Child Shoma and regular Shoma being under his, sword. And we're, like, even when Lango beats the shit out of him, and then there's the whole thing with the airplane flying over and...
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know what's the deal with this airplane shot.
I'm just saying,
weird.
It's this whole thing of, like, they're taking big steps. Whether or not they're good steps, I don't know. I just appreciate...
Right, this plane shot was very weird. I thought this plane shot was going to reveal his monster form for a bit under the shadow before it goes back to his...
He was just saying...
But it just has like this weird shot.
Yeah, I wish you'd never been born. You're a mistake. We hate you. Nobody ever loved you. And, if you could just get the fuck out, that'd be great. Anyway, this Delta 740, or this Boeing 747 is making noise over top our
boy, man. Do you think the air traffic control has told? There's an explosion on the runway.
I don't think the air traffic controller was able to convey that because they probably had another blackout situation.
Right, that's true. But hey, over again, Mila gets fucked.
Yeah,
right?
Turns out, big punchy fists aren't the solution to everything.
Yeah, right. Look, he put all his armor, he put all of his skill points into strength. He did not put anything into into agility or dexterity.
Defense. No, it's not a well-rounded armor set.
Mealy gets fucked. Hey, but Blizzard Shortbird's here. Remember that? I remember Blizzard Shorbird. Right?
That's another power-up form. We definitely are holding on to that still.
But that's the end of this episode. I'm not a big fan of Longo's full Monster Hunter, Monster Final Form. Yeah. I think it's really over the top. I feel like that big chest plate unironically ruins the design. As
a villain, it's not great. As a Monster Hunter armor form, yeah, that's fine. But that's Monster Hunter. That's not what we're dealing with. Like this, like if it was someone putting on big old pieces of armor, sure, I get it. But it's like, that doesn't look like Jeeb and Sheeta or even Glotta, where it's like, okay, this is your true Granute form, right? Like this is like your body. That doesn't look like his body. That looks like he's putting on a bunch of like armor pieces and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Right. Because I had to quickly pull. Oh yeah, I forgot what Glotta's monster form was. Yeah. Right. Like it really just looks randomly out of place
Yeah.
right, like this chess piece, this. I think the chess piece is just ruining the design for me, right? Because if you look at, because I think his helmet design is really good, right? With like this weird those his horde bits, like the design bit that they did with his horde. I feel like they just repeated that throughout the rest of the form. It probably would look good, right? But yeah, hey, look, what is it? Hey, look, Nero still has his form review. What's he hiding? What's gonna happen to there? What's his monster form gonna look like? Right? Hey, hey, also, hey, look, they updated the season's poster over the weekend. Ooh, hey, look. Yeah. Oh, have you not seen the new poster that they updated? All right. Let me. I'm gonna quickly post up. Let's see. Where the fuck is it? It was posted over the week. Are we officially in
Q4
now? Where the fuck is it? No, it's the update of Q3's poster. So they have not Where the fuck is it? Oh my god, damn it! This was posted like a few days ago. I have no idea where the fuck it is. Oh my god, there's so much fucking hold on. I need oh my god, there is so much fucking useless post. Oh, hold on. No. Let me see. Oh my god, now I have to scroll through and find it. Oh, here it is. All right, found it. Oh, okay, let me quickly copy.
Right, and I don't
quickly copy. Right. Oh, here we go. All right, control P. Boop. There we go. Hey, look. Hey, look, the leaks were true, it turns out. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that design's still very good for a supposed last minute addition to the show.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, look. Next week's show is gonna learn that don't put all of your stat into straight. Right?
Yeah.
Might be a better idea. To evenly distribute it so you get right. So right and everything.
Yeah. Learn from the Super Saiyans where it's like, hey, you can. Just because you get real big doesn't mean that you're actually hitting Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah. All right. Hey. All right. Is that it for this week's episode?
I think so.
All right. That's this week's episode. All right. Okay. Thanks. Bye. All right, Tariq, so you know the show Futurama, right?
Yeah, Wait, hold on. Okay, there's Bender, there's Leela, there's Professor Farnsworth. Mm-hmm. What is Fry's last name?
Fry is his last name.
Wait, what's his first name?
Philip.
Oh, Philip J. Fry, that's what it is, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
All right, yeah. So the show Futurama, which premiered on Fox, got canceled by Fox, got saved by Comedy Central, premiered on Comedy Central, got canceled by Comedy Central, got saved by Comedy Central again, right? So you name a good number of characters just now, all right? Mm-hmm. I was trying to lead up into that, but you already did part of the job, all right? So you name a lot, but you're missing some characters. Hey, do you remember the name of Leela's weird little alien dog thing? Right?
The with the cape and whatever?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's like Gleebler, something like that.
Oh, you're very man. You're very close.
Look, you gotta understand. Okay, I just want to say, as like a personal point of reference for Futurama, as a child of a university professor, there's a weird thing where it's like, you look back and it's like, oh, these were like 23, maybe it's 28-year-olds that were like hanging around your dad, but like they were the like grad students. Mm-hmm. And one of them, back in the day, just like burned me like a DVD and were like, oh hey, here's something for you to watch when you're just like sitting in your dad's office, like, because you have to like stay there. And it was a whole thing of like maybe like seasons 1 and 2 or some amount of episodes of Futurama. And so I did watch a good considerable amount of Futurama because I was just like, oh, I'm 12 years old or whatever, 13, and I can watch, and I finally have something to watch while I'm sitting in my dad's office while he's teaching people. So I have a good backing of fucking Futurama.
Okay, good. All right, this all ties in.
Nibbler?
Yeah, Nibbler. All right.
Nibbler. Okay,
So,
that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know the whole crux of Nibbler's character, right? It's real,
Yeah.
right? So you know how he reveals Friday or that this was all planned. This was all part of his 20-step plan.
Yeah.
Right, to send Friday, right? So you know how if you go back to episode 1, to the original pilot, you can actually see his shadow in the frame, right? Right. So that's like one of the big breaks. So did you know that there is a big conspiracy theory saying that scene is fake?
Oh, what, on some like what's it called? Mandela effect sort of thing?
No, yeah, like that, right? A lot of people, right? There is a big conspiracy that people say that it's fake and that it was just retroactively redone. You know, right? Like after they premiered the episode or whatever the fuck, and the show got out, they started replacing the original edit,
Right?
with like the
that
re-edit.
Want to believe that they weren't like that they weren't tricked by like a show.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So there was a big conspiracy theory that Fox. I think this is when Futurama was still on Fox, was when the episode where Nibbler revealed the whole secret backstory. Right. So a lot of people like to believe that after the big reveal, Fox went back and changed all DVD prints. They changed all syndication copy of the original pilot episode. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and so like this has been like a big conspiracy for like 20 years or 25 years. That's because the show period like 1999, by the way.
Wait, people have had this conspiracy for 20 years, or they have this conspiracy about a show that is 20 plus years old? Like,
have this conspiracy about the show that's 20 plus years old, right?
Okay, because
so it got so bad. So,
I was just gonna say, it's like, I feel like if I still had this burnt ass like DVD that like my dad's grad student like fucking gave me, it might still show that. But also it's like, this is on some random ass burnt DVD from like 2004, and it's like, okay, that's not exactly the most reliable source. But like,
I forgot what episode revealed what. Let's see. Let's quickly look at what episode was revealed that he was. Let's see. Himself. Bender's big.
Season 3.
All right. So episode Bender's big
shows up relatively early on in the grand scheme of.
Is it Bender's big scores when this thing was revealed?
No.
Hold on, let me go to season 1. Let me look at the pilot real quick. Space pilot. All right, let's see. Continuity, blah blah blah, including Easter egg. Okay, the Whim of the Flights. What was that? That's episode 10, season 4. So that aired April 6th, 2003. Okay,
so 2003.
Right, so
okay, so yeah. This sounds about right. Where it's like me as like an 11 to 12-year-old going, I don't know if I should be watching this because it's fucking Futurama. But it's some like grad student going, hey, this is something that you could put in the fucking computer DVD CD slot for your kid to watch while you just sit there.
Right. Yeah. So people are having this conspiracy since April 6th, 2003. You know, right? On April 7th, everyone went online to the early internet forums to start this conspiracy that after this episode aired, Fox, Matt Groening, and David X. Cohen and all they have secretly replaced all the print copies of Space Pilot 3000. Right?
Yeah.
So it got so bad, right? Right, with this conspiracy theory that everyone's been talking about, to the point where a guy was able to acquire the pitch tape of the screener of the actual episode. So this is the thing that companies would send out to like companies, right? To like, hey, you want to invest in our show? You know, right? It's pretty good. You'll love it
for this, hey, do you want to? I mean, in 2003, it's like, hey, do you want to have tricks are not for kids or tricks are just for kids,
Right.
and also like, hey, it's Jared from Subway, and I really want to like meet your kids.
Right, yeah. Right, so a guy was able to locate the original pilot, like the okay, I was about to say DVD, but this is 1999, 1998, right? Right, so this is before even before the, even DVDs.
Well,
He
no,
managed to
if the episode premiered in 2003, it's
No, the pilot. He
the
was a
pilot.
screener
Oh yeah,
pilot.
the pilot. This is prime VHS time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so he managed to acquire the original, the pilot, the screener VHS of the original pilot. Right. He was like, I'm gonna settle this 20-year conspiracy. He managed, like, this is like the rawest source, right, of like first printing. You know. Right, in terms of the copy, right? Like, this is probably like the second copy of the Declaration of Independence, if anything, you know, or the Magna Carta, you know, right? And you just have it.
Nicolas Cage and Harvard University are both looking for this.
Right, yeah, so he managed to acquire, like, through some collector, right, the original screen, like, so, like, this still had, like, early, like, I guess even, like, the intro graphics weren't even done. They didn't even have credit graphics, you know, like, this is just, like, the basic pilot of everything, and he was able to go back, find that original, and then, to prove to people that he was not faking this, right, not only did he posted a recording of the pilot, he posted a video of him recording the recording to show that he wasn't like photo editing, he wasn't editing the episode.
That's where it gets to like a really ridiculous point of like, listen, here's the video footage of what I'm doing, and here's the video footage of me recording the video footage of what I'm doing. And it's
right,
like,
to show that I am not altering. I have not, right. Like he even had like the VCR player open. You know, like he cracked open so you can actually see like the tape.
I need to start from the very beginning. This is me holding the tape. I am putting the tape inside.
Oh, he did all that too. It doesn't even start with the episode. He started with him just putting the original screener VHS into frame. Like, all right, here's the tape.
This is the tape. I just, for prosperity's sake, this is the tape. I'm doing. He does. I don't even need to like watch the video to like know that it's like you're doing like the whole like skincare influencer thing where it's like you put the back of your hand behind it for like framing so that, like the light balance works out, and then you go like, this is the tape. I just want you to see the tape. Okay, and now we are placing the tape inside of the VHS. Okay, cool. It's inside of the VHS. Everybody sees the VHS. It's just like magician shit. It's where it's like, there's nothing up my sleeves. I promise you. It's all good.
Right. This is the right.
It's
yeah.
me,
So he
Chris
went back.
Angel. This is all real illusionist stuff.
Right, so he went back and he did all of that. And hey, it turns out Matt Groening and David X. Hey, look, these guys did not attend university for nothing. All right. It turns out that this has always been planned since 1999. You know.
Yeah.
Right. This whole.
That's the thing is like so much of this stuff. Not just like speak ill of the dead, but it's like most things, even including the dead and revived Rooster Teeth, like with Red vs. Blue, it's like you hear about some of the things of like story writers. It's like the thing is, most story writers start with a really big idea and then they just have to kind of like settle for like, maybe we'll get to this point, maybe we'll get to this like grand ideal that we'll get to at the end, but I don't know that we'll get renewed for another season. So it's just like they'll just.
Hey, look! At some point, Ruby is gonna have an actual ending, you know?
Right. And that's all I'm saying is like it's in like you start with things being Easter eggs, but it's like, yeah, you wouldn't notice it if you thought it, like if you were looking for it at the beginning, but it's like Adventure Time, fucking. Like, is a prime example. even, I mean, I think Doctor Who might be more in the Doctor Who and Star Wars, I think, might be more in the line of, like, yeah, we didn't think that this would necessarily need to be relevant, but, like, it's a very easy, like, grab to just be like, ooh, and what if we reference this person back, like this season from, like, 3 seasons back or 4 seasons back. One Piece, the continuity, it's like, oh, hey, it's this guy from fucking 400 chapters ago. Holy shit.
I mean, but those are the things like that's the thing, right? Like, how much of these are actual like big brain continuity
Right.
plans,
Yeah,
or just like damn retroactive already? Oh yeah, that was definitely my yeah.
Oh
you
yeah.
got me.
Oh hey. Remember Bellamy from Dressrosa? Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Spring guy. Yeah, he should definitely show back up now. Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's just real funny that the internet gaslit themselves, or they retroactively been gaslighting themselves for like the last 20 years, right? Just thinking that Mr. Nibbler was like some weird secret Illuminati re-edit, right? And that like for some reason these people thought that the team that created his own math formula was just shit posting in 1999. Like, oh man, no one's ever gonna be thinking that much ahead, right? Not the show that had like actual mathematicians and what was it? I think the writing side was on like actual PhD holding
there's
people,
no
right?
way that Matt Groening, of The Simpsons predicted everything, quote unquote.
All right, here we go. All right, the writing staff of Futurama holds 3 PhD, 7 master degree, and cumulatively has more than 50 years at Harvard. All right, right.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, right. I know they were just shit posting. They were never playing any of this, right? They were just shit posting it as they were making it, right? That's how, right. That's why they wrote 3 different endings for the show, and they all work within their own closed bubble, right?
Yeah.